Legends, welcome to the video. Sending some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need it out there today. If you're going through something, just know you can, you will get through it. Guys, it's 7 days. We have Alice the Wanderer on the account. In 14 days, we'll actually eventually get some souls for her as well. And I have some really strong recommendations in terms of blessings on this champion. Just to note, if you are unlocking her like in the day or so when this video goes live, wait till clan versus clan, right? You'll get tons of points, especially if you're going to build her and book her out, but even claiming her, make sure you wait. Don't do what I'm going to do, but I'm going to make it up to my clan either way. So only 8 hours from the time of this recording at least. So today we're going to talk all about Alice. I'm going to give you my first impressions of this champion. I've seen a lot of guides, a lot of opinions on this champion. I certainly have my own, but TLDR, in terms of her overall power, I will skip to the end right now. I think that a lot of players are going to be able to use this champion, she hits pretty hard with her A3, and she has great control with her A2. Now, end game players who are looking for an end game arena option, you're not going to be thrilled with Alice the Wanderer, right? You can absolutely use her all the way up until Platinum, but if you already have Yumekos and Warlords out there, or Crixias, other lockout options, well, she's probably not going to be someone you're going to be using outside of limited or restricted areas like Centranos. But I still think for 99% of the player base, she's super, super cool. She's not as good as like a Sun Wukong, for example, like the king of login champions or loyalty champions, but she does serve a unique purpose compared to all the other logins that we've got, the free legendaries, right? She is a lockout. So really, one tick of the checkbox at a time, we're actually getting through some of the fundamentals in terms of champions that are accessible to all players out there in the game. So I'm a fan of her, and boy, does she look insane. I love the vibes they went with here, guys. What about you? They always knock it out of the freaking park. I mean, every little intricate detail, I love it. And then you got the hair in the back as well. So you got the full package here with Alice, and she looks absolutely incredible. What's up, buddy? We have a visitor. Can we play Stratego? Anybody play the board game Stratego? You want to say hi? It's been a while. You want to say hi? Look at my big boy. Look at my big boy. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. Hey, can't you see him recording? It's the big Alice. I'll be 1 minute, baby. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, guys, so base stats here, nothing to write home about. I'm not going to lie. Her speed is average at best. Her HP is meh. She's pretty squishy. And her attack is all right at 1443. On her A1 ability, she attacks 2 times, but an extra hit potential if the target has any active skills on cooldown. Really nice ability. What's even better is those 2 or 3 hits, they have a 100% chance when booked of decreasing the duration of a random buff on the target by 1 turn. Now, her whole kit is polymorph proof, which is really, really nice in the arena. This cannot be polymorphed, and it's going to be hitting obviously the same target. So we're going to be decreasing the duration of a random buff by 1 turn. If there's 1 buff on the target, it could be 2 or 3 turn reduction because it happens on each hit. On the A2 abilities, Clockwork Cyclone, kind of a cool animation here on this as well. They really knocked it out of the park on the aesthetics. A 3-turn cooldown when booked. An AoE attack, 100% chance of increasing the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns. So it's a 2-turn lockout. Again, this is a polymorph proof. Also has a 100% chance of decreasing each target's turn meter by 15% if at least one of the target skills has its cooldown increased to the max. Decrease their target's turn meter by 30% instead. It really is a mini Warlord ability here on the A2. It's not a full lockout, it's not as much turn meter, but she has them both on the same skill on a 3-turn cooldown, so it's a nice ability here on the A2. On the A3, Queen Slayer, this is her damage dealing ability, attacks 1 enemy, ignore 20% of the target's defense. We love to see the ignore defense. If the initial target is killed, also attacks the enemy with the lowest HP, will also ignore 20% of the target's defense on a 3-turn cooldown. We'll look at our multipliers in just 1 moment. Tick-tock on the passive effect. Whenever this champion attacks, inflicts 3% more damage for each target, to each target for each turn remaining on all of their skill cooldowns. So you add up all the turns remaining on all of their cooldowns, and that's going to be extra damage, right? That's pretty dang cool. And that is active all the time. The passive effect is not on cooldown. The active effect is on cooldown. Resets the cooldown of one of this champion's skills each time they kill an enemy, occurs once per hit on the active effect. So really cool passives. To me, this is what puts her over. I see a lot of chatter out there on this champion comparing her to like maybe a Basher or an Alika. I feel like the passive mixed with the turn meter, mixed with the hard-hitting A3, even though Alika has a hard-hitting ability too, I mean, I think she's quite a bit better personally, although it bears mentioning that if you have like a Basher, he has Void Affinity. With Alice, you got to be careful of of Force Affinity champions, right? Of Red Affinity champions. And, you know, she doesn't do too well against UDK because she can't hit him with the Queenslayer. She can't get around him with the Queenslayer. So be careful of UDK out there. But there's ways to get around that in terms of the team that we build around her. More on that in a moment. Ally attack in all battles by 30%. A nice all battle attack aura that can be used in Cintranos as well. Let's go to the build, guys. But first, the multipliers thanks to hellhades.com. The good news is multipliers are actually really solid on this champion. She gets a godlike damage rating on her A1. It's a potential triple hitter at a 1.7 multiplier. On her A2, it's a 4.2 strong damage rating on the A2. On the A3, we have a 5 multiplier godlike damage rating. And again, we get that initial or the secondary damage as well. Okay, so how did I build her? I tried to put her in somewhat realistic gear, not certainly far from my best gear. Actually, I made a little switcherooski here. I put accuracy with more speed on the banner, right? Accuracy on the banner is a must for Alice. On the amulet, I went defense with crit damage. I do get some crit damage here, but all I had for Stone Skin is defense, so that's what I'm going to rock. I'd rather have the Stone Skin protection and sacrifice a little bit of crit damage. I went attack on the ring. I went speed on the boots, ideally speed and speed. I went attack percentage, ideally attack percentage and attack percentage, or attack percentage and accuracy on the chest. I went with crit damage on the gauntlets, and then I'm looking for speed and accuracy in the rest of my substats there. Let's do, well, this relic I had is Tempest Sanguinis. Whereas turn meter reduction effects are boosted by 15%. I thought that was a nice Chimera relic to put on her if you guys do have it, or anything that boosts either attack as a stat or anything that boosts, turn meter reduction, stuff like that works well on her, or ignore defense if you're lucky enough to have it. I also put this charm in, the whereas accuracy increases by 3 for each buff on them. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the extra accuracy, right? So blessings on Alice, which we all will have soon enough, right? Through the login rewards. I like Soul Reap on this champion. I like Temporal Chains on this champion. You could consider Phantom Touch or Crushing Rend, especially for PvE content. You could consider going with Brimstone for PvE content. You could even go Polymorph, obviously, on this champion. So there's a lot of options there. My favorite 3 would be Polymorph, Temporal Chains, and Soul Reap. Okay. All right, Masteries, guys, we're going to do them together. This is my absolute favorite Mastery build for this champion. Let's do the support side first. And I could see if you just have to make the choice, is she going to be a lockout or is she going to be a damage dealer? I could see, especially early game, just going crit rate on those gauntlets, building her as fast as humanly possible, going down and picking up Eagle Eye and using her as your lockout, especially in the early game. But my favorite is obviously for the damage, but we still want those accuracy on the support side of things. I'm going to go Cycle of Magic, and I mean, there's no need for Sniper, Master Hex, or Lasting Gift, so we might as well go Spirit Haste. That's going to be it on the support side. On the offense side, that's where we're going to get all the value here. Not to knock the accuracy. We're going to go Keen Strike. We're going to go crit damage, crit rate, excuse me. We're going to go Shield Breaker. Ruthless Ambush, we want that first hit to be doing some extra damage, right? Because we can trigger her TikTok passive. Cycle of Violence, that A3, it hits hard. Let's take advantage of that. And again, it kind of parlays beautifully with that passive again, all about reducing her skills on Alice. She really gets going, and it's nice to have those chain reactions to kind of stack the odds in our favor of getting those extra turns. I'm going to go with Single Out. I'm going to go with Bring It Down. I'm going to go with Kill Streak. I'm going to go with Blood Shield. And then I'm going to go with Helm Smasher. I think Blood Shield is super underrated, and we could definitely use it on Alice. Any survivability is going to be good. So those are my favorite masteries for Alice. Guys, let's go ahead and let's just go into the arena. What are we waiting for? I think one of the best combos, especially for progression players out there with Alice, is actually going to be Skeletor. I love running her with an increased accuracy champion. Begone Fools has increased accuracy. We're also depleting target's turn meter, which naturally synergizes with Alice's A2. Lockouts, turn meter reduction, and turn meter increase from an Arbiter. We also have Sun Wukong built as a nuker. So again, a very accessible team, and the synergy here is going to be beautiful. A lot of you guys who have these champions are going to be wanting to use them together as well. Now, obviously, if you're endgame, you'll have better options than a Skeletor, but I really do like Skeletor with her. A team, I'll have a video on a team very similar to this coming out pretty soon as well. So we're going to come in here and reduce turn meter of all the enemies, and then Alice is gonna go. So we have no debuffs on the enemy team. We do have an increased attack. You do want to set up your Alice with an increased attack. We're gonna go in there and we kill an Armons. So even though we got to resist and we got to revive, skills are, her skill was reset. So we can go right back in with the AoE again, right? But I don't think we're gonna need to, because we're just gonna go Sun Wukong and kill everybody that way. We're not going to do well against a Force Affinity base form Star Sage Galathier. However, let's try it out anyway with the A3. Boom. Not bad. He can't get a one shot anyway. But yeah, Star Sage is Star Sage. Sun Wukong, end him. There we go. Soul Reap will end them. All right, let's go find another team here, guys. To be fair, these teams are a little bit on the easier side, but I mean, we're rocking Skeletor for Platinum, right? So we're going to roll with it here. I want to test out that A3 damage, but you're already able to see how valuable it can be going in with the A2 and then resetting the A2 and going back in with the A2 again, right? People, I think that she's a lot better than a lot people give her credit for. I said that in the very beginning, and I stand by it again, honestly. I have a Feral set on Skeletor, by the way, 6-piece Feral. Really good on him because he's, placing debuffs everywhere. So we're going to go with the A2 again. No debuffs, but can we get a kill here maybe on Mashald? Yes, we can. So again, beautiful. We get the TikTok passive. We don't care about all those counterattacks. Let's just go in here and see if we can end it. We can end it with Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is a menace. I love Sun Wukong. Speaking of the little devil, let's go against these teams. Again, you want to be careful at UDK unless you have a way to deal with them. We have a way to deal with them. We have Sun Wukong, right? We can turn him into a sheep. Again, we're going to always open up with the Begone Fools ability here. So let's go, and I guess I don't think it really matters that much. Turn meter reduction. And now, and another reason I love Alice is Sun Wukong's everywhere. He's a beast, right? Well, that wasn't ideal. But what I was going to say is she should easily be able to kill Sun Wukong every time, right? Let's go against another Sun Wukong team. Right here. All right, we're good. We're back. All right, here we go. So another Sun Wukong team here. Let's see. We're going to speed boost. I have a 401 speed Arbiter, by the way. It's not ideal for the end game. So, obviously you want your Arbiter or your turn meter booster. I used Seeker before I used to use Arbiter back in the day, right? You want them to be on all your best speed gear. So again, we can go in here and just do this. We can come in and this is kind of a tricky one. We got a stone skin situation over here. So I don't know. Let's try. No, let's not mess around here. We're going to lock out everybody, We're going to lock out everybody. So now, everybody who would be a massive threat isn't really a threat anymore. Let's come in and try to steal some stone skin. We do. Man, Sun Wu, you are a maniac, dude. You are an absolute maniac. Let's try her A3 right now. What do you say? Okay, turn meter boost. All right, here we go. So let's get Rhonda. Psh, not bad. Not bad. I saw another Sun Wukong team over here. This team's probably super fast. Let's just try, though, huh? All right. I'm going to show you her in wave content in Centranos as well. I always forget. I always forget if Begone Fool's the A2 or the A3. I'm a dummy. All right. So now we should be able to kill Sun Wukong. And we do. Thus, everybody else is locked out. Perfect. Beautiful. You can't. Okay. You can block revive on somebody, but not everybody. Let's go in. Let's steal. Let's petrify him. And then, I don't know. Let's. Boom. Come on, man. I love that cooldown mechanic that she has in her kit. It's actually really cool, really a nifty passive. I think you guys are really going to be, most of you guys, unless you're, if you're top 100 arena, you're again, like I said earlier, you're not going to be super impressed. But everybody else, I think you're really going to enjoy this champion. All right, let me take you into Centranos before we let you guys go. Hope you're all doing well out there, by the way. I'm having a blast this last week with the content here. Okay. I just want to kind of compare her numbers with this squad. This is Centrano's hard difficulty, and this is the most difficult or second most difficult awakened. No, most difficult, I guess, S25 awakened stage. We might wipe here, but I just want to compare her damage to everybody else here. He-Man is going to be the GOAT, right? But I like that you can use her as a lockout, in any situation where we're targeting other champions. So He-Man, let's just let him rock, right? Boom! Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's go in here and Zargala, can you get the... Yeah, Zargala's always a beast. She's an old school champion, but she's really, really cool. I still think she's a great damage dealer. All right, we get to try out the A3. We're not going to be killing these without an increased attack. We're not going to be killing anybody here, but let's just go in. Let's start poking at Elva the Reviver, right? Still not bad in the damage, honestly. Let's go. There you go. He-Man's like, I got you. I got this, bro. I got this. All right, let me rummage my way through these waves. I don't know if we'll win, but we'll give it a shot. I got to go play Stratego with a kiddo, so I'm not going to be here all day trying to beat it, but I will compare the damage nonetheless, and I'll come back to you guys with my final thoughts. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so second wave, easily kill Foley there and reset the cooldown, go back in with another AoE, right? Not too bad. Come back in the third wave. All right, guys, third wave here. Let's see what we can do. Again, we're going to go in and... just start by controlling everybody vis-a-vis the skill cooldown, right? Go in here. Zargala has been smacking. I should mention here, in all fairness, I have a +4 Zargala, fully awakened Zargala, and some of my best gear Zargala. So she might even out-damage He-Man. I have no idea. Actually, He-Man's going to end it right here, right? Boom. That's a lot of freaking damage. Let's go ahead. Hey, boom. Boom. Not bad. There you go, Alice. There you go, Alice. Listen, guys, clearly I'm a big fan of this champion. I think it's great they add these champions to the game. And I think that a lot of players are going to be very satisfied with this champ. And again, we were pretty much right there. Alice, not bad for the damage, but mainly for the control in a wave content. And again, it's hard to compare. Actually, she's 5-star awakened, not fully, but still, I mean, she's in way better gear than Alice is. I think Alice is a very competent addition to a lot of teams, especially for live arena, for regular arena, and for this kind of content, like wave content. Hellhades.com gives her a ranking or a rating of a 4 overall grade, and I would actually tend to agree with that. I think that's right on point. I think she's a champion that a lot of you guys are going to enjoy. Let me know what you think of her in the comments below. Much love, and as always, take care, guys.